Hi guys, this is the Java series part 54. Now let's discuss about the exception handling. What is exception handling? The exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanisms to handle the runtime errors so that the normal flow of the application can be maintained. What are the advantages of exception handling? The advantage of exception handling is to maintain the normal flow of the application. An exception normally disrupts the normal flow of the application. That's why we need to handle exceptions. For example, suppose there are 10 statements in a Java program. An exception occurs at statement 5. The rest of the code won't be executed. That is, statements 6 to 10 won't be executed. However, when we perform exception handling, the rest of the statements will be executed. That's why we need exception handling. Okay. What are the types of the exceptions? There are two types of exceptions. First one, checked exception. Second one, unchecked exception. Okay. What is checked exception? Checked exceptions are checked at compile time. For example, input-output exception, SQLException, etc. What is unchecked exception? These are the exceptions that are not checked at compile time. For example, arithmetic exception, array index out of bounds exception, etc. Unchecked exceptions are checked at runtime. Okay. So, how can we implement the exception handling? Using the try-catch block. So, what is the role of the try block? Try block is used to enclose the code that might throw an exception. It must be used within the method. Okay, Java try block must be followed by either catch or finally block. Okay, what is the role of the catch block? Catch block is used to handle the exception by declaring the type of exception within the parameter. The catch block must be used after the try block only. Okay, we can use multiple catch block with a single try block. Let's see this example. Here I have created the package. Okay, inside this package I have created the class test_exception1. And inside this class I have created the main method. Okay, here I have used the try catch. Okay, so inside the try we have the suspicious code. Okay, these statements may or may not throw the exceptions. Okay, so this is called the suspicious code. Okay, if any error occur inside this try block means this catch block is responsible to handle that error. So, the normal flow of the application is maintained with the help of this try and catch. Okay, so we can avoid the runtime error with the help of this exception handling. In order to maintain the flow of the execution of the program, we have to implement the exception handling using the try and catch block. Okay, I hope you all understood about what is exception handling, why we need exception handling. Okay, so here I have created the data variable, its data type is integer. Okay, here I have given 100 divided by 0. So 100 divided by 0. This statement may or may not raise the exception. Okay, if this statement rise the exception means the control jumps from the 11th statement to the 14th line. Okay, so this catch block is responsible to handle the exceptions that is raised inside the try block. Okay, and here this catch statement will be executed. Okay, so here we have the rest of the code. This code is not inside the try and catch block. Okay, so this is the outside of the try catch. So this statement will be executed. Okay, now let me execute this one. Here java.language.arithmeticexception divide by 0 error. So this error is due to this 10th statement. So what happens here? The control jumps from the 11th statement to the 14th statement. Here we have the exception class. This is the inbuilt exception class. Okay. Here I have created the variable. Okay. So inside this variable, the inbuilt message is stored. That message is printed here. Okay, java.language.arithmeticexception divide by 0 error. Okay, so now I change the value of 100 into 0 and 0 to 10. Okay, I have to save and then I execute the same. Here I got 0. Okay, now in this statement there is no error. If there is no error means what will happen? The following statement is executed. That's why we got 0 here. 0 divided by 10 gives 0. Okay. And this catch block is skipped. Okay. Because there is no error inside the try block. So there is no job for this catch block. Okay. And this rest of the code is executed. That's why we got this line. Got it? So, if there is any error occurred inside the try block means the catch is responsible to handle the error that is raised inside the try block. Okay. If there is no error means no problem. All the statements will be executed without any interruption. Let's see this example. Here, I have created the test exception 5. This is my class name. And here I have created the main method. I have implemented the exception handling in this program using the try and catch block. So this is my suspicious code. Okay. So this code may rise or may not rise the exceptions. There is errors. Okay. Exception is nothing but the errors. Okay. So here I have created the array variable ARR. Okay. And its data type is integer. I have initialized. The value for this array is 1, 3, 5, 7, 4 elements. In this statement, I try to print the third index value of this array. Okay. So what is the third index value? 0th index value, first index value, second index value, third index value. Okay. So there is no error. No error means no problem. The catch only will be skipped and the following statements are executed. Okay. But if I try to give some different numbers like 5th index, 6th index or 7th index, means what will happen? This statement will raise the exception. So, what will happen? The control jumps from the 9th statement to the 12th statement. Here we have the inbuilt exception. What is the exception class name? Array index out of bounds exception. Okay. So, that inbuilt value error will be stored inside the E variable. That value will be printed or we can give our own error message like this. Okay. And this is the rest of the code. First, I execute this one. Here, what is the third index of ARR? 7. So, there is no error. So, 7 is printed and the rest of the code is also printed here. Okay, now I change 3 into 6. Actually, here we have only up to 3 index values, isn't it? This is 0, first index, second index, third index. But I try to print the 6th index. Is it possible? No, because here we have only up to 3rd index. But I try to print the 6th index. So, this statement now throw the exception. Isn't it? So, what happened? The control jumps to the catch block. Okay, this is the inbuilt exception class, array index out of bounds exception. Okay, and here we have the custom message, or we can write the E here. Okay, so this statement will be printed on our console. Okay, I have to save and then I execute this. Now index out of bounds. This is the custom message that is printed here, and this statement, rest of the code is also printed here. Okay, so instead of index out of bounds, here I write E. Okay, again I save and I execute it. Now this is the inbuilt message. What? Index 6 out of bounds for length 4. I have given 6. That's why we got this type of error, array index out of bounds exception. Okay, so this is the inbuilt message. If we want to give the custom message, we can give. I hope you all understood about the execution flow of the program. We have completed this session. If you have any doubts, drop the message on the comment section. If this video is useful to you, like and share. For more videos, subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, then only you will get the notification for my new updates. Have a nice day. Thank you.